signings in there. Real Madrid have decided to proceed to extend Lucas Vasquez's contract. So Lucas Vasquez is going to extend his contract at Real Madrid. That's a good one for him. Lifelong Madrid fan. He has been there for a very long time. Himself, Dani Carvajal, Nacho Fernandez, and himself. I don't know if Nacho is going to go, but then they've been there. Mind you, for Carvajal, there was a point in time where Carvajal went away to go and play in the German Bundesliga. In fact, Carvajal played for Bayer for Leverkusen on loan. And the funny thing is that in that deal, Madrid said that if he's able to play one more season, he was going to pay some amount of money. But there was a buyback clause in there, and the buyout clause was increasing with the number of seasons that he plays for FC Bayern Leverkusen. Just after that first season, Madrid went back because at the time Jose Mourinho had brought in Contrao and all of these fullbacks that were not playing very well, and they brought back their man cover, especially because at the time Sergio Ramos, that was brought in to come and play at fullback, had found his place at centre back, and they knew that they needed somebody who was very, very experienced to come in and then play for Fiifi-Manfred Real Madrid. So Carvajal has been long player for Real Madrid. Yes, he has gone away on loan, and that's what makes Nacho stay longer than his. Nacho also very experienced Madridista, and then Vasquez. It looks as if Madrid are going to extend the contract of Vasquez. They're waiting for the club to agree on terms. After that, Real will also discuss the possibility to extend Dani Carvajal's contract. And I've told you, these are very, very important players for Real Madrid in there. Guys, if you've not subscribed to the channel, do what? Subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. It's very, very important to subscribe to the channel and turn on notification in there on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Share the link. Thank you very much for it, and share the link to everybody to enjoy the conversation here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I think that for now, the most excited fans in the world are Chelsea fans, obviously. Every Chelsea fan in the world is very, very excited because of what's going on. Because of the upturn of results started for Chelsea Football Club. And rightly so, because we're a club that struggled for a very, very long time. You can understand that now things are beginning to go on well there. In the last few hours, most of the teams in Europe, most of the clubs in the national teams in Europe have released their list for the Euros 2024 that's going to go on. So France, Netherlands, Germany, their lists are almost out and they've released them. If you look at somebody like Germany, the list that have come out, Julian Nagelsmann have brought up a very, very good list. And I'm thinking who's going to be the favorite in the going up in the Euros that's going to come, the French list. Some of them, they are huge omissions in every month. If you look at the likes of someone like Christopher Nkunku, makes a lot of sense. He didn't make the French list. You look at somebody like Olise, makes a lot of sense. Olise didn't make the French list. The attackers, Bradley Barcola, there's Ousmane Dembele, there's Kylian Mbappe, obviously. There's Olivier Giroud in there. In the midfielders, of course, the two Madrid players, Mariano Shimene, Eduardo Camavinga. There are the two young boys that have come in. There's also already Adrien Rabiot in the team. They've called Kylian N'Golo Conte. And if you look at it, you can tell strictly say this thing is from a team. DJ Deschamps is calling a team on more tournament experience before, and then because there's no time on the training ground to come and rehearse on new patterns of playing this animal. He wants to play in the same way. And I've said several times, for France, it's more like a 4-5-1 without the ball. And because they want to use Mbappe from the left-hand side, they need to get an out-and-out striker. That's why they brought in Randall Colomwani, and Olivier Giroud in the middle of the pack. Then, of course, on the other side, they can play someone like Ousmane Dembele or Antoine Griezmann. Or sometimes play Ousmane Dembele, play Antoine Griezmann behind if they want to go on a full throttle of the games. If you look at a team like Germany, the list that Julian Nagelsmann has brought out, first of all, the big omissions, obviously, Matt Hummels, and then, of course, Nicolas Sule, who are out of the team. The biggest inclusion for me is Toni Kroos and Brentford Hendrick. And I think that for the long part of for a while now, Germany has been looking for somebody to partner Brentford or Toni Kroos in the middle of the pack to give him that defensive solidity. Saying that Toni Kroos can control games and then go ahead to play some good football in there. And that's exactly what they've been lacking. Now they found it in Hendrick. Brilliant Robert Hendrick in the middle of the pack this season. He has played a good football in the German Bundesliga and also for Leverkusen. The kind of player that you can always fall on to do the defensive job for them. It's going to be very important. Yes, I would love to see players, Pavlovic, when the full list is announced. Yes, Eke Gundogan, one of the captains of the team, very important player, should be in there. Manuel Neuer, important player for Germany. And mind you, Germany are the host nation of this tournament. And for them, the disasters in the two World Cups I became in the European Cup, they want to use this opportunity to turn things around, especially at home soil. So for Germany, it's a big thing. I'm waiting to see. For me, the outright favorites whose list are not out is Portugal. I think that for their coach Roberto Martinez as a manager, that his know-how on the tactical board is one of the best that you can get in the world. And then also you look at the team that the Portuguese side have. Cristiano Ronaldo, the abundance of talent, Bernardo Silva. You look at somebody in the middle of the park, Bruno Fernandes in there, Ruben Neves. These are all top players in their own right. And if you add it to the prolific Cristiano Ronaldo up front and the fact that this manager knows exactly how to use someone like Cristiano Ronaldo and manage him as a player, then I think that that's going to be a huge Portugal side coming into the Euro. So I'm waiting to see what the full list looks like. And then, of course, Netherlands also list is out. The Italian list will be very exciting. We are gearing up. I think we're just about 30 days or so, or a little over 30 days to the Euros. So we'll wait to see how that goes. I'm very excited to Euros now. So I'm in Germany, and of course here on Fiifi-Manfred. Like I always say, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. I'll give you all the best in terms of updates and everything that's happening in the Euros for you to enjoy the analysis, everything here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, not turn on notification, immediately we start that conversation, you are first to have all of that. Turn on notification, share the link to everybody who has not shared the link, who hasn't heard of us yet. So we'll give you the best of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So let's get straight into the other things that are going on in club football. That was just a bit of national team football. I don't think there is any manager in the world right now who is smiling as much as Mauricio Pochettino. And if you've been listening to me on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, one of the things I've said several times, is that Pochettino is the guy before the guy. And when I say the guy before the guy, what I mean is that in terms of Chelsea winning trophies and then being a successful team, he may not be the guy, but he's the guy to lead a foundation. Like, if you look at somebody like Manuel Pellegrini, the job he came to Mancini, what all of these Roberto Mancini came to do for Joseph Guardiola, Manuel Pellegrini, what these guys came to do for Joseph Guardiola to take over at Manchester City, that's what Mauricio Pochettino is doing right now. And I've said it several times, that for me, that's exactly the role that Mauricio Pochettino is playing. But in the last few games, he has showed me that tactically he's up there with everybody. And I think that one of the things that I've been very much impressed with Mauricio Pochettino in the last few 4 game weeks is the tactical variations that I've seen, especially with his use of fullbacks. And I think it's especially against Brighton. See, Brighton are a very difficult team to build up against. They are an aggressive pressing team. They block central areas. They force you to make the pass. When you make a mistake, they pounce on it. They have pace up front with Julian and Cicio and the likes. And I like that Mauricio Pochettino uses fullbacks to invert and then make up for the numbers, and sometimes also exploits the wide areas, because when you say Brighton and Fiifi-Manfred, that is where they congest, and there are always pieces from the wide areas, and as in 10-1 for them to go in there and then exploit. So a lot of the times when Chelsea tried to build up, it was most of the times a 3-2, but the near side or ball side fullback will invert. So if you are building in the boys with Benoit Belachili, you see the Mark Pereira will invert. He will not go wide there. If you are building in the boys with Nathaniel Chaluba, then Malo Gusto will invert. If you watch the game closely, you saw that Malo Gusto was inverting a lot more times than he has ever done. And again, it's a very good thing, because if you look at Malo Gusto on that right hand side, if Noni Madueke is starting, you need him to invert, so that if he is inverting, Kopama is inverting, if he is inverting, Kopama can drop deeper to receive the ball, play quick one-touch pass, and opens up a space, because somebody like Conor Gallagher will not stay central. He will stretch the Brighton team from outside. And I love the tactical variations. And in the past 2 days, we've had a couple of things. First of all, we've heard that Todd Boehly is speaking. And in Todd Boehly speaking, he has said a whole lot of stuff. He's trying to explain what people have been saying. I've said several times that It is only the people who do not understand the Chelsea, um, who do not understand the Chelsea projects that call it names. Nobody can tell me that the Chelsea project is a joke. It's not a joke. Yes, there were issues with recruitment. Some of the players that they bought, uh, with the expectation that they have, they were not going to hit the ground running from the first season. It was never going to make sense. I believe that was always going to take time, and there was a need for the owners to reorient their fans before they went into that spree of spending. But yes, they went into that spending. And Todd Bowley has said it yesterday in a Qatar forum that um, what he did or what he's done with Feliciano and then Baghdad Ekbali is seen in the league by a layman as spending of money. To him, it's investment, and they want to raise revenue. And I've said this several times again here that if you're a fan and every day you are watching the game, and then you look at it from just that point of view, then you're not being fair to the owners. They need to raise revenue, not for themselves alone, but for the club to be viable. And these are business people. Immediately the club is viable and the club is able to make money for itself, they will get also their dividends, and then they can take it home and then also enjoy their life. It's very important. Then you, the fan, is happy because on the field of play, the team will be scoring. The club will be making money to be buying players so that it keeps scoring on the field of play for you to be happy. And then the owner also gets happy because they get also value for money and then they go home, which is very important. And Baghdad Iqbali has said that. And he then again explained, said, if Chelsea go on and buy someone like Estevao Willian in there, and then Chelsea come and they say that, oh, for Estevao Willian, we are buying him, we want him to come and play, but there's a possibility of giving a long contract. They are doing that because at the end of the day, it's not just because Estevao Willian is a good player, but they are investing in Estevao Willian. They know that in the next 4 or 5 years, if Estevao Willian doesn't really get there, he has a 7-year contract, they can still have the bargaining power to sell him to another team and then get some good money, which is very, very important. Very important in managing of clubs like Chelsea in there. So for me, I think that's good stuff that Chelsea are trying to do. Very, very important stuff that they are trying to do in a bid to be a successful club. And Todd Bowley yesterday was very, very vocal about it. But I remind you, I know that a lot of people have heard this. I know that lots of people have heard this today, and it's no news. Say Chelsea Bay an end of season review of Mauricio Pochettino. I know a lot of people have heard it, but it didn't start yesterday. It didn't start 2 days ago. It didn't start 3 days ago. Chelsea has always said it from the beginning of the season. Said they were going to do an end of season review of Mauricio Pochettino Nejuma, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to start from after the Bournemouth game. Chelsea are going to do a review, and in that review, they'll look at the job and the mandate on their Mauricio Pochettino. Mind you, Mauricio Pochettino contracts on air for 2 years with 1 year possible extension. And in this possible extension, and this is where they are looking at the things that they are looking at. They're looking at some very, very important things for Mauricio Pochettino. First of all, Juma Mauricio Pochettino, since he began the season, they will look at all of these things. And it is something that was there before Campo said Mauricio Pochettino would sign his contract to be a Chelsea manager. They discussed it with him, and they told him that we are going to do an end of season review. And in this end of season review, ABCD things will be asked of you, ABCD things will be looked at. And when we look at these things, we expect to see ABCD things, and that's exactly what they are trying to do. And so I run you by them. Factors in Pochettino's hire at the end of season. I'm hearing that most of the people on the Chelsea board are in firm support of Mauricio Pochettino, given the job that he has done. And people believe, say, like I was saying earlier, he's not going to be, he's the man before the man. Not the main guy, but definitely he's the man that has been very important for them. Multiple board members, there is support from the team, and Kupama said it the last time, Levi Cole has said it before, Enzo Fernandez has said it before. All of them have said that they are backing their manager and Mauricio Pochettino. And I think that is huge stuff for a manager like Pochettino. And for a lot of people who have been with Pochettino, see that he's an excellent manager. And the fact that now you're seeing things like the very good tactical variation that you see of the best also in games, then I think that's very, very good thing for Mauricio Pochettino and then his coaching staff to stay on their job at Chelsea Football. But again, there is the form from Boxing Day. Since Boxing Day, Chelsea are fourth on the English Premier League in terms of points accumulated. Only Arsenal, City, and Liverpool accumulated more points than Chelsea, which is good stuff for him. Encouraging data such as the BCC, which is very, very important for Chelsea Football Club. So it looks as if things are going very well for apparently friend Mauricio Pochettino in there. So there's things seems to be well. Things seems to be going on well. So we'll wait to see. There's some breaking news nearby. and I want to run you by them. There's a guy called Victor Font. Victor Font. Or a member of Barcelona. I mean, and like you see the club of deception. As someone can say they are in a financial situation similar to 3 years ago, with significant operation losses, even after asset sales. The dispute said presidents in their session, you know, and they said they are balancing the numbers and they will not they'll go without levels now. Victor Font saying that for every Barcelona fan, what the president is saying is that they are balancing their books and then they are going to go on the season without going on to levels now. Victor Font saying that, and Victor Font, the must say we are very, very important. And they said Victor Font is still part of the Barcelona board. He's part of the Barcelona financial team. He knows the inside and out of Barcelona. And I don't know catch him say things are not still well with Barcelona. And I think that for Barcelona it's going to be a big deal if we go into the season again and Barca still have to go and chase levers because the club would want to be sure say they are at a point where everything is fine in there and everything is good on the way. Real Madrid, of course, are preparing for the Champions League final against Borussia Dortmund. I know they are overwhelming favorite. Anytime they come this close, they're able to win it. But we wait to see how that goes in there for Real Madrid and your team. And there's something I need to put across also. See, me, I love the Italian Serie A. I love it so much. And one of the coaches I'm very excited about what he has been able to achieve in the last few days. My friend Massimiliano Allegri. Allegri was under a lot of pressure. In fact, as it stands now, Allegri is going to leave Juventus. And in leaving Juventus, it's something that's been going on for a very long time. Thiago Motta has been linked with the Juve job for a very, very long time. And we'll talk about Thiago Motta later. But Massimiliano Allegri was able to win the Coppa d'Italia versus Atalanta in the last few days ago. And yes, he's going to leave the job. And Fabrizio reports that Juventus may be deciding in the next few hours the possibility to sack Massimiliano Allegri with immediate effect. It's a matter of time. It's always going to happen. Massimiliano Allegri is going to go. And he has done a very good job from AC Milan to Juventus the second time. The kind of job Wire won has been very, very important in there for Tima, your friend of Juventus and Massimiliano Allegri in there. See, I don't know how sad you are for Harry Kane, but me, I am. Very, very sad for Harry Kane. Especially given what he has been through. Harry Kane as a Tottenham player, winning trophy, no trophy was going to Harry Kane. And now Harry Kane is in here, go to Bayern, a Bayern team that almost every season, at least when we can the DFB Pokal or the German Bundesliga, every season for the last 12 years, Bayern has won a trophy. Just when Harry Kane joins this team, just when Harry Kane comes in, Bayern goes trophyless, and Harry Kane is not into it. And there is a picture here. Now Harry Kane, in the second half against FC Real Madrid, and just when Madrid equalized, you could see his face in the dugout. Harry Kane was very, very worried, looked very sad, very pale. Said Madrid Vatican because the biggest chance for him to win a trophy was a Champions League trophy this season. And I don't know. Thomas Tuchel said he was tired. He had back pain, that's why he had to take him off. But apart from that, Harry Kane, I'm sad for him. But the one thing is for sure, and they say Harry Kane is going to win the Bundesliga top scorer of the season. But that's nothing. That's something he has been winning for a very long time in there. That's very, very long time that he has been doing in there. And then we'll wait to see how all of those things also unfold over the Harry Kane sad season for him. But he has done very well. He has done a brilliant job in terms of whatever he has been wanting to do, the job, the growth this season, scoring 40 plus goals in the German Bundesliga in all competitions is a huge one for Harry Kane in there. So, yeah, there are a lot of things that has been going on. Malo Gusto has been saying a lot of things. Say Malo Gusto say, I go to the training ground every day, and I feel very happy to play for Chelsea. And I have these teammates. I want to show my best every single day. We have improved more in the last few games. We enjoy the game. We want to stay all together and then finish the season well. Malo Gusto saying that for himself in the Chelsea Football Club in there. Once again, the buzzing stories I for sure on the socials, and I'll run you by it, and then we can quickly take a leave of you. Everybody knows their job at Cole Palmer here. Cole Palmer has been brilliant for Chelsea Football Club this season. A lot of people are saying, even regardless of what Chelsea have been able to achieve this season, something should be done. He has done a very, very good job in there for himself. But this is it. The biggest story that I wanted to start with before I will go elsewhere. Chelsea women's manager Emma Hayes, he has done an inaugural Blue Creator Fund winner Becky Gordon to create collection of commemorative personalized rings to have been gifted to each team member of the Blue Squad. And then that's exactly what Oyama the girls and assists. I think that's a very, very good one in there for Emma.